오늘은 1149일째. 이 단계입니다. Not in a million years. 이것 좀 차근차근 설명해 줄 수 있어? Could you walk me through this? It was just a brain fart. I'm almost done. Please hear with me. Please bear with me. Mark is great employee. He shows promise. Mark is a great employee. He shows promise. How did you get into this? How did you get into this? John, maybe you on mute. Maybe you on mute. John, I think you may be on mute. John, I think you may be on mute. It was just a brain part. 내 생각에 instantly는 빼는 게 좋을 것 같아. 좀 어감이 센 단어잖아. Maybe you should lose the word instantly. It's such a strong word. Maybe we should lose the word instantly. It's such a strong word. Do you like wine? I used to be more of a beer person, but wine's growing on me. Do you follow? I don't follow. I have no idea what you're getting at. I beg to differ. 너 그거 해낼 수 있어? Are you up to the job? Is Gojo's out today? Are you up for the job? Who's on the line? I'll check back with when she's available. I'll check back when she's available. Please let me know if you have any further questions. I'll take a note of it. I'll make a note of it. That's my final offer. You can take or leave it. 무슨 말을 하려는 거니? What are you getting at? I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. It's necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I beg to differ. Your joke went over my head. How does 5% sound? How does 5% sound? How does 5% sound? Just say, don't argue. It's not great, but it's solid. Who's up for more wine? Who isn't? Why don't you stay for lunch? Well, I don't want to impose. I, I'd be great if you could clarify it with an example. I'd be great if you could clarify with an example. Who's up for more wine? Who isn't? It's not great, but it's solid. It was just a brain fart. I wish it were up to me. I'll make a note of it. I'll send it to you right after this meeting. They say everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will be. Just say it, don't argue. I come bearing gifts. That shows promising field. It shows promising field. It's a very promising field. It's a very promising field. John, are you on the line? Are you on the line? Are you on the line? John, are you on the line? Not in a million years. Unfortunately, Mr. Kim won't be joining us today. I have no choice but to deal with it. John, are you on the line? Just level with me. Is she solid? Your joke went over my head. He's the who's who of the venture capital world. It wasn't a rhetorical question. I like the Bible in here. The whole story sounds very far-fetched. As a rule of thumb, I do not start with a new project on Fridays. If we don't have it in habit, you don't have it. You can check with John. He may be able to give you more details. You can check with John. He may be able to give you more details. The whole story sounds very far-fetched. I CC'd Michael on this email. Take my word for it. If you don't have it in habit, you don't have it. Is everyone on the line? John, are you on the line? Thank you for joining us today. You should check with the front desk. If you don't have it in habit, you don't have it. I'll check back when she's available. I'll check back when she's available. Do you follow? I don't follow. Can you hear me? I think we lost you for a second. Thank you joining us. Thank you for joining us today. As a rule of thumb, I do not start a new project on Fridays. Just level with me. Is she solid? I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. It's a long shot. It was a try, but it was a try. I think it will be. I think it will look better if we lose this sentence. I think it will look better if we lose this sentence. We will take him alive and we'll make him pay. Did you just have a brain fart? Did you just have a brain fart? It's a very promising field. The only downside of working here is the commute. Not in a million years. They say everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will be. I'd be great if you could clarify with an example. I'd be great if you could clarify with an example. There is no impose. It's no imposition at all. It's no imposition at all. It's no imposition at all. I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Is everyone on the line? 저는 휴가를 곧 가려고 해요. I'm fixing to go on a vacation soon. I just make a decision already. I just need to figure out where. I just need to figure out where. I am fixing to go on a vacation soon. I just need to figure out where. 이거 무슨 말 하는 건지 모르겠어. I have no idea what you're getting at. Can you share the link in the chat box? You don't want to speculate. I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. There is no imposition at all. It's no imposition at all. I have no idea what you're getting at. What I say in this room, stay in this room. 세 개 남았네. 저도 잘 몰라요. I don't know. I can only speculate. The whole story sounds 전체적으로 믿기 어려워. Very far-fetched. The whole story sounds very far-fetched. Could you walk me through this? I need your undivided attention for a minute. You should check with the front desk. John, can you go on mute? If you don't have it in habit, you don't have it. They say everything happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, it will be. It wasn't a rhetorical question. I don't want to throw cold water on your plans, but I don't think that this idea will work. Let's agree to disagree. I be more than willing to help her. I be more than willing to help her. What I say in this room stays in this room. I'll make a note of it. I'll check back when she's available. John, I think you may be on mute. John, I think you may be on mute. I'll check back with you tomorrow. I'll check back with you tomorrow. That outfit looks terrible. It's a hard no. I'll send it to you right after this meeting. Right after this meeting. I'll make a note of it. That's too out of context. I have no choice but to deal with it. 경험상. As a rule of thumb, I do not start a new project on Fridays. Who's on the line? Did you just a brain pot? Did you just have a brain pot? Did you just have a brain pot? It's perfectly normal to be upset. I thought we agreed to take that off the table. I thought we agreed to take that off the table. How did you get into this? John, I think you may be on mute. Please let me know if you have any further questions. Further questions. Why don't you get in the car? It's not great, but it's solid. It's not great, but it's solid. I come bearing gifts. How did you get into this? Your joke went over my head. One system shows promise. Do you like wine? I used to be more of a beer person, but wine's growing on me. We'll take him alive and we'll make him pay. Who's on the line? I'm sorry, I just need to jump on another call. I'm sorry, but I need to jump on another call. Let's agree to disagree. Unfortunately, Mr. Kim won't be joining us today. How does 5% sound? How does 5% sound? 5% 어떠세요? How does 5% sound? Could you walk me through this? Could you walk me through this? It's called turn up the heat. Turn up. I'll be there in 5 minutes. 10 minutes tops. 길어봐야 tops. 10 minutes tops. 어디 볼까요? 이제 하나 남았네요. 100. Why don't you get in the car? Why don't you get in the car? 그것은 매우 유망한 분야이다. That That is a very promising. It's a very promising field. It's a very promising field. Who's on the line? I come bearing gifts. Your joke went over my head. Maybe we should lose the word instantly. It's such a strong word. Maybe we should lose the word instantly. 즉각, instantly. It's such a long word. 그렇죠. 즉각이라는 표현, 당장이라는 표현은 좀 어감이 세죠. 죄송합니다만 제가 다른 회의에 들어가 봐야 해요. I'm sorry, but I just need to jump on another call. I need to jump on another call. 정말 참기 힘들어. It's more than I can bear. It's more than I can bear. He went off the grid 2 years ago. I'll check back when she's available. When she's available. I am willing and able to pay more. I am willing and able to pay more. Your joke went over my head. Your joke went over my head. Is anyone else joining the call? Is anyone else joining the call? I'll make a note of it. Why don't we continue over lunch? How does that sound? Why don't we continue over lunch? How does that sound? I have no idea what you're getting at. Is this a good time to call? Unfortunately, Mr. Kim won't be joining us today. Please note that our office will be closed tomorrow. It's not great, but it's solid. Solid. 괜찮다라는 뜻으로. That sounds promising. You can check with John. He may be able to give you more details. Did you check with the bank? What's the downside? Did you just have a brain pert? 네가 무슨 말 하는 건지 모르겠어. I have no idea what you're getting at. Is anyone else joining the call? I'm gonna go for this job with or without your support. Without your support. That sounds promising. It's not great, but it's solid. Did you just have a brain pert? What are you getting at? We'll take him alive and we'll make him pay. That outfit looks terrible. It's hard no. 그건 정말 아니야. It's hard no. One system shows promise. The whole story sounds very far-fetched. Are you off for the job? 네가 속상해하는 건 당연해. It's perfectly normal to be upset. One tweak. I think we should lose the word pain. Maybe you should, I think. Maybe you should lose the word pain. I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, 10 minutes tops. What I say in this room stays in this room. I don't want to throw cold water on your plans, but I don't think that this idea will work. If we don't have it in habit, you don't have it. Why don't we continue over lunch? How does that sound? How does that sound? 지금 통화하기 괜찮으세요? Is this a good time to call? Your phone's buzzing. Can you share the link in the chat? In the chat box? I'd be great if you could clarify with an example. I'd be great if you could clarify with an example. I have no idea what you're getting at. I think it'll look better if you lose this sentence. If we lose this sentence, I think it'll look better. It's gorgeous out today. It wasn't a rhetorical question. 어디 볼까요? 다 했네요. 오늘은 여기까지만 하겠습니다. 가지고 여기서부터는 이제 오늘 계속 할 거고요. 오늘 368번 아침에 벌써 했네요. 오늘 목표 달성.